Hi everyone, or as we say in Arabic, marhaba. My name is Ala Al Dwairi and I originally come from Jordan. I did my master's in urban climate and sustainability and I graduated in 2020. Currently I work as a natural infrastructure officer within IUCN and I'm based in Switzerland. So when I started my studies in 2018 with MUrCS, I came from a civil engineering background, so I was trained as a civil engineer. And the first 4 years of my career, I worked in a very traditional civil engineering environment that looks at infrastructure design and highway design across the region. And because the Middle East is a booming region, there is a lot of development and project and implementation taking place. I always thought that there must be a better way to do things more sustainably and and to be able to implement such projects and principles in harmony with the environment. And because of that, I transitioned a bit within my career and worked for a while within an eco-lodge that is based in the southern part of Jordan. And this experience was really eye-opening because somehow it gave me the understanding that infrastructure and development can as well be in harmony and in protection and conservation of the environment, and we can find ways to equalize the conflict between these two things. So that, I would say, was the starting point why in 2018 I joined MUrCS. And within the master program itself, it was a very interesting experience because for the first year we would stay in Scotland and we would learn about urban planning and development within Scotland and some of the challenges that they had. On the management side, when it comes to Finland as well, where we go to the second year, we learn a lot about the planning approaches that they have towards infrastructure within the cities in such a harsh climate and environment. And in the last year, we go to Spain to learn more on the scientific side and the third pillar of MUrCS that somehow tells us what kind of information that is needed in order to affect decision making. So really going through these different countries and looking at these three different approaches of planning, management, and relying on scientific research and evidence was eye-opening, and it gave me many different ideas of how I can take these approaches and apply them into my work. So a lot of the concepts that I learned through the 2 years that I spent within MUrCS really changed the way that I look at planning, design, and management of infrastructure projects when it comes within urban and rural areas. And this is really showcased in the current position that I have, because currently I work as a natural infrastructure officer within the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, and within that position we have different types of projects that are currently, in my case, one of my projects is implemented in Jordan. Another project is implemented across Tanzania and Mozambique, and within these projects we really try to push forward another way of looking at natural resources management, and specifically water resources management within challenging areas. So that can be, in the case of Jordan, for example, water scarcity and what kind of solutions needs to be pushed forward in such a challenging environment to make sure that you conserve and properly use water and other natural resources. And in the case of Tanzania and Mozambique, for example, you have a lot of different factors at interplay. So you have a lot of agricultural activity that is taking place that is directly tied into the well-being and the economic prospect and livelihood of smallholder farmers and local communities. So it's really about looking at ways to make sure that these communities and smallholder farmers have access to the land, have access to the water and the resources that protects their livelihood, but at the same time you are, as an organization, able to implement approaches that conserves and protects these natural resources and makes sure that these resources are protected for future generations.